Hello everyone. So today in this episode we are going to work on this. We are going to continue with the inventory system. So here what we are going to do is this. When I go to the inventory and click here, then I should be able to see all the options available for the character. So how to create this panel that shows all the weapons available, and how to show icons for buttons or for each available weapon. So let me show what we are going to implement here. Now this is what we have worked on so far, and if I click on this icon, now you can see for now there is only 3 weapons, but they are not actually functioning. I'm just going to set up the flow of the UI here. You can see there is a button for the great sword and shield and the one-handed sword. So but everything is dynamically bound to the UI. That means we had created separate gameplay abilities to collect weapons, and I'm going to reuse them here as well, so that we will get the icons through the abilities, and also I will be using them in future to actually equip those weapons to the character's hand. So yeah, that's what I'm going to work on today. And before we get started, I'd like to remind you, you can download the project files of this project and all other thousands of projects that I have done from my Patreon page. Once you become a member, you can download anything without a limit, so feel free to check it out. I'll leave the link in description below. And this is a part of this action RPG with gameplay ability system series, so I'll leave the link to the full playlist. You can watch all these episodes as well. And yeah, now let's get back to today's tutorial. Okay, so this is what we have right now. When I press I, my inventory menu opens, and here we have these buttons. And if I press this, we go to this draft UI. It's just an image for now. So the next step I want to do is add in these actual buttons instead of the image. Right. Okay. So for that, let's go to blueprint UI and this widget right hand weapons. This is the draft UI that I have implemented for now. So I'll add a grid panel. Let's use this uniform grid panel like this. What should I call this? Options panel. Let's make it a variable so that we can add items to that. So let me just roughly scale it like this. Let's just say 400. That's a bit larger, but that's fine. We can do the sizes later. Now I have created this widget inventory button. So here I will add it. Inventory button. Let me add a couple of buttons under this options panel. 1, 2. So we can move them like this. Another one. Okay. So as you can see here, it comes to this point. It's not starting from the top. But here the row is 1, here row is 0. Okay, let me wrap this with the scroll box. Now it stacks correctly, but let's add some padding, maybe to the right 10, bottom 10. Okay, that's better. All right, so let's see, if I move more than this, you can see the scrolling appears. So I can change the scroll size until this point, and if the size, if the items are less than 1 2 3 4 5, less than 5 columns, the scrolling will not appear. If it is larger than 5, scrolling will start to appear. Okay, now that's fine. Now let me delete this because I need a way to dynamically add them. So how can we do that? So this option menu, we will come here when after I select the options for right hand weapons. So let me go here, let's add a custom event, init options. Okay, now what should we get into this as inputs? So as I said, I want to show all available weapons. Okay, for now let's add the input from the type GA collect sword. The reason is, and I'll change this to a class reference, then collectible classes. So we compile. Now I'll change this to an array. Okay, now the reason I used the class type GA collect sword is, if I go to my abilities, sword, GA collect sword. So if I am planning to reuse this collectible ability, GA collect sword ability, and all the subclasses of it to work with the UI. So by activating these abilities, I can make the character equipped with this whatever the collectible actor classes. In that case, in this case, that would be sword. So I'm going to make use of that. So the reason that I use this particular class is because all other collectible classes, GA collect red sword, this is a subclass of GA collect sword, so that's why. Okay, now where should I call this? So that should be done from the HUD, PP HUD. Here, if I go to right hand weapon inventory, this is where I create WDG right hand weapons, and then here, after I access this right hand weapons, I can call init options. Okay, now for now I'm not going to connect with this the actual inventory system where I will be saving and loading the collectible weapons that character has already collected. So because I don't have such a system yet, later on we will connect with that. For now I'll just make an array. So here as options, now I have collect great sword, collect shield, collect sword. So shield should not technically go in here because that is not something that comes to the right hand according to my design, but that option is here for, so I will leave it like that for now. Alright, now go back here. So we can run a for each loop, and then we can create widget. The widget would be WDG inventory button, and then I can add this button to the options panel. Add add child to uniform grid. So here row and column, we can determine row and column like this. If I divide this by 3, we will have the row number, and if I get the modulus by 3, we will have column number. So the 3 is because here we are only planning to have only 3 items horizontally, so that's why. And what else? I think it would be better, this is to avoid recreating. Oh, here let me add it. So to avoid recreating the buttons again and again as I open and close inventory widgets, inventory options, let me add this to an array. We need a variable options, no, items. Right, let me clean this a little bit. Not much of cleaning. Okay, now here well, let's just see if this works first. Okay, press I, press this. See, now we have 3 items. That represents 3 items that I have given here. Okay, so if I am correct, if I open it, we have 3 items. Go back, open. Even though here I see only 3, there should be multiple items here. We think we can see that. See, here we have buttons, a lot of buttons. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. It should increase 3 more if I press it again. I think so. Okay, anyway, to fix that, you can just do this. Items get, well, we can actually reuse here. Oh, let's keep this simple. I'll run a for each loop and set visibility to hidden. Okay, now here when I want to create I can do this. Get the items is valid index. If this is a valid index, then I can use it instead of creating like this. If it is not, then we will have to create it. Okay. Now I promote this as a variable item. Like this. And if this is a valid index, from items I can get this index and set it to item. Okay, whatever happens at the end, now to distinguish this item we would need to set icon. That means whatever this image that comes here, it could be a sword or great sword. So how do we assign that? Oh, one more thing here, set visibility to visible. This would be only very important when we actually have multiple objects that we that is available for the character. Okay, so we need to have, now we need to have different icons here. So for that, here in this GA collect sword, we can add a new variable. Well, since this is a child of GACLM, maybe let's add a variable here, icon, and the type object. No, in the type I have defined a way to set this image here. This is actually object reference. So, but here as options I only need textures. So what's the object type? Texture. Okay, let's try this. Texture, object reference. All right, now for the collect sword, sword 1H, and for the great sword, let me open all collect abilities. GA collect calls great sword texture, and collect shield. I think I do have a shield texture as well. Yeah, shield. Okay, now from here we need a reference to this. item, change image, and we should be able to get the image. Oh, from here. Variables, no, class, get class defaults. Why am I not seeing the image? Icon. I was expecting to see that here. Okay, maybe that's because class type here. Oh, here we can actually enable it. Alright. And connected. Right, now let's see. Yeah, see? Now we see great sword, shield, and sword. Okay. Great. I just noticed one more issue. Here, if I press I and go here, and if I press I again, it closes. We are back in the game, but still the right weapons menu is there. So what we can do is, let's go back to the inventory widget, and when we exit inventory mode, we call this toggle inventory with a false. I will also call toggle right hand weapon and toggle left hand weapon also with a false, just to be safe. Now that problem shouldn't happen. What? Why did that happen? Oh, the order. I should have called this first. Oh, sorry, it's not connected. Yeah, correct. Alright, so I think we can stop this episode right here, and so next time also let's continue with completing the system. So next time let's actually work on how to actually assign. If I select this weapon here, the weapon should go to the character. Weapon should be equipped by the character, and also there should be some other screen that shows the details about this weapon as well. If needed, I will add that too. And yeah, let's do all those things and complete the system step by step. So thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available for the download in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And see you in the next episode. Feel free to let me know what you guys think in the comment, and I will try to integrate all those suggestions as well. And goodbye.